Possibly, perhaps. I don't know. You light or lit? What does that mean, you light? Oh, of course you are. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, get your calendar out. It's on the 17th. Wow, did you pop that in there? That's pretty, like, clever. Are you on St. Patrick's Day? Are you light? What? You're confusing me. Will, what's going on with you? Long time no see, my friend. Oh, the 27th. Light. Okay. I mean, wow. Me and the English language with that light lit, cha cha cha. I tell you what. Billy Ray Cyrus was your dad's best friend? He had an interesting comeback, didn't he? Oh no, don't be sorry. I wouldn't mind meeting Miley because she's groovy. She's got great style, I think. So what's up? I don't know. Not a lot's up. I'm just coming on to say hello. Feeling a little chatty. Haven't been on in a minute, so thought I would just come on and say, yeah, I like Miley too. Hey, Patty. Good to see you. Um, hello. See what's shaking. All that good stuff. Brandon, I'm wearing a hat myself right now, so we can be hat friends. I am doing swell. I have been busy and just like leaning into some good weather. Oh, that's sweet, He strikes me that he'd be kind of a good dude. So I love that story. It's a good one. Oh, Canadians. Always a favorite of mine. Always a favorite. I think the wheels are like coming off. Like, are we rolling around with 3 flat tires on here right now? Feels like it. Just from the little I've seen tonight, is like, you don't look good in a hat at all. Not everybody can rock a hat on their noggin. That's for sure. I mean, there has been, I'm kind of lost on some of the storylines, but it is a constant thing. Oh, Lumberjack Matty R. Always a pleasure. Nice to see you, mate. Maddie, staying out of trouble or what? Holly Skates, hello, hello, hello. Good evening to you. Happy Monday, happy March. Good hair is important. Like a big Sunday near myself, Billy playing out before hours. Well, listen, Janelle, I love that story. That's a really good one. I know, Gringo. You're the original OG. Yeah, you know me. You down with OGG? We'll say that. I'm gonna tell you, Gringo. Listen, I saw those white shoes you were kicking in Vegas. Not a fan. I was hoping that you would step up a bigger shoe game than that. Your lady, nice kicks. You? I was just like, whoa. I hear you, Brandon. I'm not bald, but yeah, I hear you. Well, be careful with your groceries. There's nothing riveting going on here. The new outfit needs big shoes, a red nose, and your set got me blocked. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I must be lost. I don't want to wear what I had on. Listen, I'm not a fan of folks that are just rocking all white shoes. Gringo, disappointed in you. Almost on my block list for that. Just being honest. Just being honest. I expected more from you. You have self lacing shoes. That's never a good look, right? Listen, I don't care whose street shoes they are. You earned a block. I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand the clown reference. Nice, Janelle. That haps ain't got me. That haps ain't got me. Am I like, maybe I'm slow to the take with some of these comments. I don't understand the big red shoes, the nose, the goofy glows. I'm a poet, don't know it. We have Lumberjack Matty Ah calling into the beam.
The
What's
one
going
and
on?
only, the only man that can run a saw, the guy who's the most survivalist motherfucker on here, Mr. Matty Yard. How you doing, Charlie?
Whoa, like you went into like a drain where I didn't hear like half of the things that you said.
Yeah, that's what my intro does. It just zones everybody out. I get it.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How have you been?
Doing well, doing well.
I've been missing you around. I've been missing all of your intrigue, your intelligence. Hang on, I'll stop airbrushing while I'm talking to you. I know it's loud.
You're always busy making, building, creating.
I am. I love it. That's just
Yeah,
like my passion in life.
just keep him busy, which is awesome.
Well, you should see what I got finished today. I think that you would truly enjoy it.
Oh, well, hey, whatever happened to that lamp situation that you kind of repurposed?
Lamp.
So you bought the lamp, you were going to do a leather moment on it. You got it, you painted it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, not the lamp. That was just a statue piece. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right. You're right.
I still have it with the black enamel base and then the red highlight with a little bit of silverish on the outline.
Oh, sweet.
I have it set up in my office. I haven't gotten around to doing like leather straps going down it. I have a couple ideas on it, but it's just sitting in the office doing great.
Oh, there you go. Well, maybe when this road ends, you can send that to me. I will place it somewhere and I'll remember you fondly. What's up, Carrie, by the way? Nice to see
You
you.
know, Charlie,
Yes, sir.
I would finish it up with the leather like I want to, and I would send it to you right now just because I know you'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. I feel like this was a collaborative piece between the two of us. And
Yeah.
so super excited about it.
Yeah, you can just hook me up with your address and I'll ship it out tomorrow. Well, after
Well,
I get done with the leather, it's not going to be tomorrow. Let's not lie.
yeah. Well, listen. Shocking the shit out of your mute finger 3000. I do like that. So you've been busy. You're staying busy in the shop. Life is good. Staying out of the drama.
Yeah, I don't really care for the drama much anymore. It kind of played itself out with me.
It's imploding. It feels like today we're hobbling along on
Yeah,
three flat tires, which is kind of sad.
you're kind of you're kind of breaking up on me a little bit. I don't know if it's me or everybody else.
Am I breaking up? Testing one, two, test two, two, one, two.
Yeah, you sound a little bit robotic. Can anybody hit one if she sounds a little bit breaky uppy?
Breaky uppy.
That's, yeah, that's one of those hillbilly words. Don't pick on me. Oh, it's
Meredith,
clear.
where am I? Oh, it's good. Maybe it's you.
Oh, I got it. I just had to stand up and it switched over to a different band. Okay,
Um,
so but yeah, I'd be more than happy to send that to you. The piece is actually worth a lot more than what it was originally purchased for, which was $350. And the only reason is because I did it. And my signature on it, it's an original.
oh, I like that. So have you mastered your signature? So my mom's an artist, and so she changed the spelling of her name, the whole thing, and then had this like signature thing, the whole shebang. Hey, beautyologist. So, like, have you perfected a certain type of signature you're going to put on your work?
Um, I was thinking about that. My signature is gonna go up underneath the name of Maddie R, but I want to do stuff that has more of a style signature versus a signature that I put on it.
Okay, yeah, I can dig it. So,
So
go
whenever
ahead.
you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's a Maddie R piece.
Yeah, so like this street artist I know, he always puts a crown above his initials,
Oh,
which is kind of cool. So I don't even need to see his initials, but like I kind of get it, right? Comic Sans. That's funny, actually. Yeah. So I'm into this. I like that you're really like leaning into what makes you happy and your purpose.
Yeah, I've worked so much like doing this government shit, and it's so depressing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
same in, same out. You have to learn about this and figure out what other people's agendas are, and it's like shit. What am I gonna do for myself?
Right. No, I totally get that. And are you treating Meredith well? That's what I want to know.
No, I'm treating her horribly. Like I'm just a piece of shit, but she treats me really well.
Wow. You got to fix that quickly then.
Meredith, are you okay with that?
Nope, she's not. I'll speak for her, and I don't even know her. Nobody's okay with that.
Well, I mean, she's sitting here with me. I just need to. I'm really good at taking direction.
Are you? I don't. I wouldn't think that ever.
No, he's not.
Yeah, right. Like I'm like, nope, that doesn't sound right at all.
I'm actually very wrong in all of my opinions on how I do about myself. So yeah. So what can I change, Meredith?
Nothing.
Mm,
See, this
Meredith.
is where I get mixed up at. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Well, you can't
No, I
say.
mean, no, I mean, he doesn't treat me badly. I mean, we have our little, fusses like any other couple do, but I mean, it's not, I mean, he's real good to me. And I mean, he's been helping me get a bunch of things done at the house and at the condo and finish stuff. And he's been working hard plus doing his own stuff.
Well, listen, I never want to hear anybody say that he doesn't treat me badly. I want to hear somebody say they treat me amazing. So,
Tell her I treat you amazing or get back in the cage.
or else.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying it's not, I know, I know the past history and all that, and I just don't see what others have seen. And I don't know, everybody keeps saying, oh, you'll see it. Well, I mean, he's very good to me and my mom.
That's amazing to hear. That's all that matters is your experience with him. So, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would say our biggest conflict is that I'm a doer and I'm always on the go. I'm always doing stuff. And I've always had like that work addiction personality to where I have to do more, I have to do more, I have to do more, and I never slow down. Like I literally do not know how to rest.
Yeah, I get that. I'm the same way.
Ask him what he doesn't like about me.
Maddie, what don't you like
Yeah.
about Meredith?
What do I bug you with?
She has no communication skills.
I highly doubt this.
No, it's true. I interrupt him all the time. I cannot. I don't let him finish his sentences.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting, and good for you for being self-aware about that. So, what? So he starts to talk, and then you're already thinking of what to say, so you just kind of cut him off.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Okay.
he lets me know every time I do it, and it's a habit. Like my best friend and I, we talk and we know exactly what each other are talking about. So neither one of us finish our own sentences. We each finish each other's sentences, and I don't know. I guess I've got to sit back and let him talk more.
At least you're self-aware about it. Are you, Meredith? Are you older than Matt?
Yes.
Yeah. So probably what you have to say is more important. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Well, the biggest thing is whenever I start out, she assumes that she knows how I'm going to finish, and then she'll just respond to me, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with what I was talking about.
God, you know what? I think that's so prevalent in so many relationships, though. Like you just get to like it's hard not to be thinking of like a rebuttal or what you want to say, and there's so much ego. I'm not pointing out anybody. My like for myself too. Like there's so much ego attached to that, where you just want to just like say what you want to say and be heard, and so does the other person. So that's what sucks.
Yeah, I forgot what we was talking about. It's something last night. I was like, whenever such and such, and she's like, but that wasn't even the situation. I'm like, that has nothing to do with it. I was gonna say the next day something similar happened, and it was kind of funny.
Well, the
So
thing, yeah, but the
she
thing
gets very defensive.
and it's like sometimes he won't let it go. He has to keep explaining to me what I cut him off about, and I realize it. Once he says something to me, I realize it. And I mean, I know I do it. I'm trying to work on it. I'm a work in progress.
Do you think that's a respect thing?
I do. I see it totally as being disrespectful, disregarding,
Yeah,
and undermining anything that I have to say.
right.
So that's where that comes from. And on her end, I don't know what it is, but except for defensiveness, that something's going to come up and she needs to go ahead and just tell me how it is. It's a lot of communication. Really, that's the majority of it is communication because
It's tough.
like I'll say things like, "Oh my goodness, this is going to happen and that's going to happen," but she'll try to fix it.
Yeah, I try to fix everything.
Which is
So,
huge. Yeah, that's a big deal.
you know how women, they're like, listen, I don't want you to fix everything. Sometimes I just want you to hear me out and just let me vent.
Right, right.
And and now like the tables have turned. So that's kind of what it is. I'm trying to get her to realize, listen, I'm not bitching, I'm not complaining. I'm just venting. You're supposed to be my partner. Listen to me. Just kind of commiserate just a little bit. Don't try to fix it. Don't tell me what I need to do.
But see, I've always been the person that had to fix everything. If there's a problem,
Oh,
Yeah.
I will work my best to fix it.
ah. Meredith, what's your sign?
Aries.
Oh,
Aries. Okay.
I thought it was fallen rocks.
Hey, Tracy. Good to see you. And hi, Jen.
So I mean, I'm very stubborn, very strong-willed, very independent. I mean, I'm a full-blown Aries.
God, I dated an Aries. I, I yeah.
It's
And I think
hard.
it was just the person. No, I got tongue tied because I didn't like. I think it was just literally just the person. Because I'm a fire sign, and two fire signs can be super explosive, and then also other relationships they can be super awesome. So
But I mean, I'm not, it's not just, me. I mean, there's things on both sides, but it's what every couple goes through.
It's not on
totally.
my side, it's only on yours.
No, you got other issues.
It's
Beautiful
all
guys. Anyway, hey, Matty R,
it,
my
it
bad,
it's
bro.
all it's all good, Tina.
I just got angry. I should have never crossed that line.
I know you got angry. I was just trying to tell you when it comes to Meredith, no disrespect. And that's fine. I kept on dropping you. I didn't block you or anything. I knew you'd get over it.
If I
No,
would.
I knew you muted me. To be
No,
honest, I crossed
I
the
didn't
line.
mute you. That was other people that muted you. I was gonna let you talk.
Wait, are you mad at me?
No, we're all good.
Oh, okay.
So what happened? What'd you do, Tina?
Never mind. I just went back in history about Matty R.
Oh,
Tina
so
said it was so
Don't
funny.
say it.
I was laughing because Tina's like, I'm gonna expose Matty R. Matty R went around and started sleeping with a bunch of women from Periscope, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I called it the Golden Eggplant Tour. That's literally what happened. Like, I don't know how
Yeah,
that's
but
exposing
no,
me.
I get it. I get it, but it's not my place to say those things because you always been cool with me.
you know what, Tina? I would love to do like a little rapid fire with you.
Yeah, I'll drop down
Okay.
so you guys can do that. Tina, we're all good though, okay, bro?
Alright.
Oh, I didn't mean right this second, but are you ready,
Oh,
Tina?
yeah, you guys can do that. I'm
Well,
gonna go back to airbrushing and listen.
yeah, you have 2 minutes.
Thanks,
Oh,
Charlie.
I have 2 minutes. Thanks, Maddie. I only have 2 minutes with you.
Well, I do have to go to bed.
You got to go to bed in 2 minutes. Your bedtime's in 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, I have to wake up early.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 minutes. You ready to rock?
Yeah,
Okay. What's your favorite color?
blue,
Why?
red. I'm sorry, did I say blue?
It's like who are you speaking to right now? So is it blue or red?
Uh, red.
Oh my god. You're going to be this person, huh? Okay. So red is your favorite color. How
Yeah.
did how did you find Periscope?
Okay, so it was 2015, and I saw an ad on the internet, and I was like, wait, let me give it a chance. And then I was on troll accounts, like a lot of troll accounts since the beginning.
Yeah.
And then 2018, 19, I started to call in.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah. I have a ton of other questions. So you strike me as like, I feel like there's a softer side to you. Like you've become where you're showing a little bit more sensitivity and a little more vulnerability.
Of course. I mean, people have to grow.
Okay. So is this you growing or is this you opening?
Growing.
Okay. And then do your feelings get hurt on here?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have called me it, faggot, kill yourself, get HIV, you name it. So that's why I got angry.
Right. And none of that's okay. So let me ask you on the flip side of that, because it feels like I've heard you say some pretty inflammatory things. Maybe
True. Wait, hold on. What are you talking about?
do you think let me ask you it this another way, okay? Do you think you've gone at people and listen, I'm not saying what anyone said to you, what you just mentioned is okay, because that's not all right at all. But do you feel like you've gone heavy towards people and like is that a defense mechanism or like I
Okay, from the beginning. Okay, let's be honest. I was a troll, but now I'm not a troll. So,
so now you're becoming into you. So you're not doing the same like kind of like mean spirited things, right? Is that what you're saying?
no, of course not. I mean, you have to grow. Once you learn from experience on an app, then you move on.
So should people forgive you?
No, I don't expect nobody to forgive me. I'm not asking for forgiveness.
Okay. So this is interesting though, right? So for the folks that say things to you, you're wanting them to apologize?
Yeah.
But what if they take the same stance that you take where no, they're not
Well, what?
asking for forgiveness? Is that okay with you?
Well, I guess. But first of all, have I ever cursed people out in a way that make you feel inferior?
I don't
Ha-
know. I don't know
Well,
the
you
answer to
seem
that.
okay. It seems you know. You say you know.
No, I never said I know. I never said I know. I'm just asking. So I don't know because I don't know that much about you. I will say I think you're really really witty. I've come to kind of know who you are over the last few months, and I've seen vulnerability, which I think's been awesome. I've also seen like people be frustrated with you, right? And I don't know everything that that entails, but I think you also like inflame people, but you've been inflamed. So I wanted your perspective on that.
Well, a lot of people come for me, and I have to defend myself, like everybody else.
Right. So should you be forgiven?
No, does that make me a good
I
person or a bad person?
No, I'm not insinuating that you're bad. What's up, New Year's
Hi,
Day?
Tina. Hi, Truth Conductor. Do you know Truth Conductor?
Do I?
Yeah, do you know Truth Conductor? He's in your viewers right now.
Wait, he's
Uh,
here.
I don't know.
Yeah, Truth Conductor, the fucking nigger train conducting
Oh my
guy.
God,
That's like,
Irene.
what?
Why are we doing that? Like, good lord. I mean,
What is TC here?
Cece.
TC.
Oh, Truth Conductor. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who New
Uh,
Year's Day was or whatever that is. Good lord, people.
anyway, what was your questions?
So, no, those were my questions, really. Okay, so, sorry, Carrie, I missed it. Sorry, Truth Conductor. I didn't listen. What is going on? That's Irene. Okay. So, I know that you have a situation with Don Lod.
Mm-hmm.
he obviously, and I
Call
don't
me
want to.
it.
Okay,
I could
what did?
say it.
What did you do anything to like incite this like war with him?
No, never.
Then what happened?
He's just mad because I called him out on his bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
And then he got triggered, and I just came after him.
Okay. So what do you?
My eyes,
Yeah,
green.
your eyes are green. I never would have thought your eyes are green.
Well, how do you know?
I don't know. I was just picturing you as blue-eyed.
For real?
Yeah. And then what color is your hair? Because you always use a different picture, so I don't know. I've had like I have my own like perception of what I think you look like.
Well, my hair is long,
Like how long? What's your hair?
like down to my elbows.
Really?
Yeah,
And then what color?
brown.
Brown. I hear you, Janelle. So you have green eyes, long brown hair. Is it wavy, straight? Like what does that look like?
Well, girl, I'm Latina. Hilarious.
I mean, I don't know because you're a master of different voices, which is kudos to you. So I don't really know. So you've got curly. So you've got curly
Long
or
hair down to the elbows.
wow. Okay. And then green eyes and then hold on, sorry.
So wait, what's your real question?
No, that is my real question. I'm asking you real questions as I go. What's your real question? Have you ever put your real picture on here?
I have,
You have?
yeah, in the past.
And then what happened?
Then I got exposed by Donla.
I don't are you being honest with that story?
I'm being honest, so now he's after me. Why do you think he blocks me all the time?
I don't know. I don't even kind of want in that to be honest. Like I'm not really super into that. Any of the drama. I'm not into that. You know what I mean? That's between you and him.
Wait, did I speak to you in the past?
Mm-mm. What do you mean? No, but I mean, I think that's like between two people because I think it can get really like blown up.
I
Yeah,
guess.
on all sides. Yeah, that's
Well,
the
to be
thing.
honest, the only reason I got triggered because Donla was like, "Oh my God, Tina Leroy, you're it," and I was like, "Who the fuck are you to tell me I'm it, bitch? You don't know me." And that's what I got triggered.
But are you
Honestly.
being responsible for your actions in any of
Oh,
that? Do you
how
think?
is that responsible? All I said was, "Oh, okay, how? Okay, let's go back in history. If you feel a certain way for a scoper and you tell them your feelings, right?
Yeah.
And you say, hey, Dana, I literally love you. I want you to be with me. And then he calls me it. Is that a defense mechanism that you agree
Okay,
upon?
but so you're telling him that you want to be with him?
Yeah. And he called me
That's
it.
probably
How will
it.
you feel?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like maybe you're harassing him, right? Listen, I want out of
Okay,
this
so now
conversation.
I'm harassing. Okay,
No, I want out of
fine.
this conversation because I don't want to speak for anyone. That gets you in trouble, and by you, I mean me. I don't want into any of this.
No, you're
You know
not
what I
gonna get
mean?
in trouble. Keep asking me questions.
No, I'm actually gonna end because I'm gonna call it.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Goodbye. Peace and love.
Bitch.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Bitch. Bitch. I just wish she would have done like a wings bitch. If you're gonna do a bitch, like do a good bitch. Jesus. Whew. I mean, I'm worn out, Matthew. Hi, bitch, it's me. I mean, that wore my ass out.
It's kind of like a good fight. Like both of you were struggling, but I thought you were losing.
I was losing, and I wasn't even trying to fight. Like, I don't even have the, like,
Right?
Mama's too tired to fight. I've been in a battle for a minute. I'm tired. I'm worn out.
I hear you.
What's up, Janelle?
Hey, pretty girl.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm getting sleepier by the second, I think.
Oh God, you got
Bet.
this
Especially
serial
after that.
assassin here.
Listen here, Maddie.
This
Listen
the
here.
cereal what?
She's an assassin.
Well, I'm never going to
Oh,
be
I
a good
like a
one if you
good
keep on
assassin.
telling everybody.
I'm looking out for her life.
Oh no,
Are
Charlie's
you an
good.
assassin? Oh, they are,
One would
Carrie. I
say
didn't know that.
that, but absolutely not.
Tell her the truth, Janelle.
Tell me the
How
truth.
can
Tell
I
her.
be a good assassin if everybody knows I'm an assassin, Maddie?
Tell her about JFK.
Okay,
No,
you got conspiracies.
it's not. It's not JFK. I can't tell you.
Oh,
Who I
okay.
actually hid. No, actually, Charlie, I was calling in to
Yes.
ask you a question, and it's not about you, so you don't have to get nervous.
I wouldn't be nervous regardless, but go ahead.
Well, I would never
That would
ask you anything
that
that,
would make
would
me
be
nor
personal.
that would make me more nervous than asking about me.
Right.
No, I'm fine either way. What's
No,
up,
I just
Leslie?
noticed
Jeff.
that you're really into astrology. Is that right?
I'm pretty into astrology. I think there's a lot of weight that should be placed upon it. Yes.
I agree. And I love astrology too. So, my question is to you, what do you think about Virgos?
You know what? I don't have a ton of experience with Virgos, to be honest.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Are you a Virgo?
Yes, I'm a Virgo. I'm like right on the line. I could, between Leo and Virgo. There's some of me that's like more Leo than Virgo, but then there's a lot of me that's like Virgo too. But I just wanted to, just hear your opinion on it because I could tell that you were into astrology. I've always been into it, but I've been getting into it more like as I got older. So I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. That
I
Yeah.
was
can listen, you guys. If you really want to know about astrology, and this is
it.
going to sound really, really weird, but the best book that you can get to learn about astrology and life is the Farmer's Almanac.
Oh yeah, I buy it
I
all the
love the
time.
Farmer's Almanac for
Yeah.
sure.
Me too. Maddie, I'm from West Virginia. You should know that that's something that I've always bought.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
Mountain
Actually,
Mama.
Janelle
Damn.
assassinated the first writer of the Farmer's Almanac, so I should have known that.
I
What
took
what do
over.
you
I'm the one that writes it. Do you
yeah,
want to know the story of why he's saying I'm an assassin?
always. Absolutely.
Um, I told it the other night in somebody's room. I don't know, but I, was never a Jimmy Soroka person, so I never really went in his room a lot. And so one day I decided to go in his room, like literally the first time I ever went in there after he'd been on scope for like a year and about a year and a half. And as soon as I go in his room, he literally calls me out and says, "Oh my God, there's that Janelle woman. She is literally trying to hunt me down and kill me. She is
Hey, Cass.
she she is trying to kill me, and she's crazy." And I mean, he says all this stuff, and I'm like, well, this is what I get. I should have never came in here. This is exactly what I deserve. I should just have stayed outside listening. And that since then, I'm known as an assassin. But I guess supposedly there was another Janelle that had a completely different name than me, or whatever. And she might have not liked him or been a fan of his or something. I don't know, but
Well, to be fair, Jimmy thought everyone was going to kill him.
yeah, obviously.
Hey, Gigi. Good to see you. Well, I've never really kept up with the Soroka thing,
Yeah,
so
me neither.
yeah, I've never been interested in that storyline, to be honest. Assassin. But no, I don't know a ton about Virgos. The last several relationships I've been in have been with fire signs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarius. So I kind of, I guess, gravitate to them. I mean, I don't know. One of my strongest relationships, not strongest, but like I feel like I was balanced out because fire signs are just that. They're fiery, but when I was with a Libra, that was a
Hmm.
good balance for me. And then, but also when I was with a Leo fire sign, that was an amazing balance for me too. So you never know. Are you
Yeah.
Cindo? Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
kind
I've
of the
always.
Sagittarius and Capricorn.
Yeah, well, see, I've always heard, or not heard. Well, I've heard, I guess, but I've always thought Sagittarius and Scorpios are very strong-willed signs. But I've always read that I should be with the
Hey, Sticks.
Capricorn.
Yeah.
That's like and that literally was probably the worst toxic relationship I was ever in. Which it don't really, everybody's different. You have to like you can't like go by every thing, but. Um, yeah, I've always thought Sagittarius was really good signs. Scorpios, I think, are very, very strong-willed. I think sometimes Virgos get like what's the word I'm trying to say? Get like the I don't know, like that we're kind of like quiet, not quiet, but like bashful and just really, and that's not really how I am at all.
Yeah. I mean, what are you, Maddie?
Yeah,
I am
Maddie.
a I'm on the Gemini on the cusp of Cancer, so I'm June 20th.
I was gonna say I think you're Gemini.
Isn't
Just
that funny that we're all on the cusp? All three of us are on the cusp.
yeah. I It's interesting. I think there's a lot to it. So like my business acumen is very much Capricorn, and then just my need to like wander, free spirited,
Hmm.
like good natured, sense of humor, Sagittarius. So I don't know. Hey, Patty. Um,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of truth to it, and I think even doing like Myers Briggs and all that good stuff. Hey, Mock. There's some interesting things to that too.
Yeah. I just wanted to, I've always wanted to, like, kind of hear somebody that knew a lot about astrology tell me, like, some stuff about Virgos and, I just wanted to hear, your opinion on it. So,
Well, listen. I don't know a lot about astrology. I think I know like kind of surface stuff, but I feel like I'm semi versed in fire signs
yeah.
only because like a compatibility thing, or and
That's,
I think when you're younger, you're like, okay, what's a Sagittarius going to be like? You just get into that stuff, and then I just happen to typically gravitate towards fellow fire signs.
yeah. Well,
Well,
like that's where I get confused. Is like, it's like, I'm a water sign here, but then I'm an earth sign. Like if my sun is in, and that's where like it gets just really confusing for me.
Are
well,
you? May I
ladies,
go ahead?
I'm gonna go grab something to eat really quick. But Charlie, I was wanting to tell you, if you really do want that piece, I will 100% ship it to you,
That's really
and,
sweet.
and I'll sign the bottle. I don't know if you know how to get in touch with me, but Twitter and such, you know how.
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
and I made another piece tonight. It is anal COVID protection.
Oh, that
You,
Well,
sounds
yeah,
protective.
do you have a Twitter, Charlie? I can send you a picture of it.
I do. It's Ahoy Charlie. So,
Ahoy Charlie, AHOY Charlie.
yep, you got it.
Okay, I'll shoot it over to you here in just a minute. Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Nice talking to you. See you later,
You
Maddie.
too.
Gigi, do
Bye.
you know a lot about astrology?
Janelle, may I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you married?
No, I'm divorced.
And you have sorry, I have a cough. And you have a child, yes?
I have two.
You have
Yes.
two kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And you're in West Virginia.
Yeah.
That's
Mountain
fabulous.
Mama. Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Oh, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just lied. I actually am married to Leslie. She is my wifey.
Well, lucky you. Lucky both of
Right.
you.
Well, I have to share her with a couple people, but it is what it is. I'm a little jealous, but I'll take it as I'll take it as long as I can just have a little bit of her.
Hey, Brown Eyes. So are Virgos jealous, folks?
I really don't know, but
Hey,
I
Jimmy.
can say when I was younger, I was very jealous, I think. But now not so much.
Ah, well, that's good, right? I
But
mean,
I've been single for quite some time now. And just like
bless.
I've said, you know, don't know, um, and this is just completely honest. I don't know if I'll ever be in another relationship, to be honest.
You
And
know,
that's serious. Like I'm being 100% serious.
and that's okay. Like, I think that's the beauty of like just being fluid and like whatever comes your way.
hmm I've
Uh,
always been one of those people that has constantly been in serious relationships my whole life. I'll be 40 in August, so, I'm
hey,
not saying
Sheba.
like, I'm not acting like I'm, you know, the oldest person ever, but I'm not like a young person either. But, I just, the last relationship I was in, um, was absolutely horrible in pretty much any kind of way you could ever imagine. So that probably did a number on me. And I have said that I will never get in a relationship to where I will put any kind of, like baggage or bad things on anyone that doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, hi Sheba, Meg, Jade, and Ryan, by the way.
Hi,
Um,
everybody.
I think like that's the thing, right? Like, hopefully, like it's just stepping stones, right? Because we can probably
Yeah.
all like have like we all have tons of baggage, and it's just a matter of where we're going next, and hopefully applying it. Yeah, and to Mock's point, yeah, for 23 years.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Mock.
I
Well, and
think
even Mock would know as a single mom,
yeah,
and I'm not trying to like play that single mom card, but I mean, it's just literally in my case, it is true. I don't get out very much. I can't, go out and like meet people, because, um, my daughter, she has my ex husband. That's my daughter's dad. She goes to his house quite, quite often now. But my son, um, which I was with his dad for 5 years and we were engaged. He no longer is in the picture at all. So, my son is kind of attached to my hip, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I am. So, it's not like I can really go out and meet people. So, if I ever do get in a relationship, it will probably be like after they're kind of like grown and gone, maybe.
yeah,
And maybe I'll be ready then. I don't know. I mean, I miss having someone to talk to,
totally.
I really honestly do. Like, I really miss, just having someone to talk to or to tell, to hear about their day. Mine's not very interesting.
Yeah.
I work from home, I'm constantly home with my kids. So mine's not very interesting. But I mean, I would love to hear about someone else's day and, stuff like that. It's just, it's been years now since I've actually been in a relationship. And I honestly don't really miss, the only thing I miss is like a good neck massage every once in a while.
Well, you know what? You can go get a massage. I
Right?
just
Yeah.
had one yesterday. So,
Oh, God, I'm so jelly.
because there's like a human touch element that you miss, but thanks, Jade.
Yeah.
That's sweet. And I don't like, you have a whole kid element adding
Yeah.
into the factor where,
Yes.
hi, Jimmy Knapp, by the way. I didn't say hello to you, so apologize. Um, and so that's a whole different, you know, thing. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I'm an eternal optimist though. I don't know.
Then you need to teach me. Teach me your ways because I'm not.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a work always in progress. Always like I don't know. I mean, I just think
Yeah.
like you have different relationships. They teach you different things. You learn from them. You grow
Exactly.
from them.
Mhm. That's so
I've
true.
been fortunate to like you know have a lot of amazing people come in and out of my life. So that's
Mhm.
amazing.
Well, you're an
Lucky me.
amazing person,
That's
Like
super sweet.
you
Thanks.
I mean, honestly, you are. Like it's no butt kissing, ass kissing, brown nosing. Like I've I've liked you for a really long time, before you even started like scoping, more often. And I've just always you could even like tell that you had like this really like upbeat personality just in chat. So a lot of people are drawn to you. So it would be very, very easy for you to find someone, because To be honest, like anybody that wouldn't want someone like you in their life would be insane. And that doesn't go out to anybody. I'm not saying anything about anything. I swear. I just mean, you're a very good person, and I think anybody would be lucky to have you in their life.
Wow, you sure are doing my ego wonders.
Well, I think most people agree with me on that, and I
Well,
think you'll be just fine at some point.
you know what? And I don't feel not fine, right? I've got,
Yeah.
so
Well, I mean,
thank
you'll
you.
have. I'm
Yeah.
sure will have, and you probably do have people knocking down your door. So when you are ready,
Well, no, and like, listen, I mean, one of my very closest friends is my ex, and I
Mhm.
couldn't love and care about them more.
Yep.
So, um,
That's me. Like, I'm actually really good
yeah,
friends with almost pretty much every one of my exes except the last one.
yeah,
And the last one is actually my son's father. So, I realized after we split, it was more about being in my life than his son's life. Probably
right.
shouldn't like be getting that deep right now, but I mean, it was, and it's just gross. That he's not a good person. He's just not. And um, you know, like I said, that's another story, another time, another place. But you know, and but yeah, I get along with all my exes pretty much, and I still really stay in contact with them at a certain point.
Well, you know what? I think the interesting thing is like when you really know that you really, really love and care about somebody is when you really want the best for them,
Exactly.
right? There's no animosity, there's no like
Yep.
hatred or anything like that.
Excuse
And
me.
I'm fortunate, like, there's people in my life that I just think the world of and have like respect. It's the respect thing. And like when I really just want like amazing things for them.
Well, you know what I've always heard, and I don't know really, but it kind of makes sense, is if you really honestly, and it has, and because I've always thought that, and then like I have such bad feelings towards my ex, but there really is good reasons for that. I mean, I'll just say physically, physical abuse, you know,
Sorry.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, but when it comes to like a normal like breakup or a normal thing, if you like really have so much animosity towards someone or hate, and like you wish them like bad things, then that means you really care about them like crazy enough to think or wish bad upon those people. But if you wish like them well and you really hope that they're happy, then
Yeah.
that, goes to show you that you're kind of like you're okay with the situation and that you moved on from it, and you can, wish nothing but the best for that person, because at one person or at one time that person was someone, whether maybe you were just fooled like I did. I was just fooled. I didn't know the person. But
Totally. Yep.
you just, yeah, I get what you're saying. So completely agree with that.
And you're not going to be friends with all of your exes.
No.
Not
Mm-mm.
not or people that you dated that weren't even exes or whatever that case may look like. There's not everyone's going to fit that mold, and that's okay too.
Exactly.
It's they're not supposed to.
You said the like honestly the smartest thing when it comes to relationships. Every person that you have been in a relationship from, like, you know, the time that you're old enough to understand like what love and stuff is, or companionship, is everyone's like there for a reason, and they teach you a lesson.
Totally.
So you know
Yeah.
I know that before my last relationship, I was a very good companion. I knew that, like, I knew that I was a good woman to, who I was with or whatever. No, I wasn't perfect. Oh my God, I was not perfect. But now I'm kind of damaged and broken a little bit more than before. And so I know that now's not the time for me to try to get into no serious relationship, you know?
Well, and see, that's amazing that you know that, right? Because that's the thing. And I think what folks should stop saying, or this is at least what I say to myself, is we're not damaged, right? There's some healing to be done.
Hmm.
And that's what it is. And sometimes you feel damaged. I know myself, I felt that way, like, what's going on? What's wrong with me? but that intuition's super powerful. That like, hey, like I need to like check in with myself and do some like tweaking. That's super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. And that you care enough to want to check in with yourself. You got to replace that with being damaged, because I don't think it's a damage thing. I don't, yeah, I think, but that's easy. Yeah, it's damaged, not broken. Maybe that's the better way to say it. Or it's
Yeah.
like a learning. Like you're
It's
going
kind of
to
like, yeah, it's
have,
kind of like I feel like I've just been damaged and broken since I was a child,
yeah,
with things, certain situations, and I've never really gotten any kind of like, I've went to get help before. It's just never like I've never made it through to the end. So it's just like more damage on top of more damage on top of more damage. So it's just like, okay, well, I need to, fix me before I can possibly ever try to, you know, put my situations on anyone else, especially after this last one, because, not every person out there is anything like he was. And um, I don't know. I just think I would probably, I don't know, but I would probably maybe put my issues on them from what I went through the last time. And I just don't want to do that.
but see, that's kick ass for you to say that. Know that you need to like spend some time so you don't keep like taking that baggage, because we all have baggage, but bringing that into another relationship and like
Hmm.
continuing like repetitive cycles. Like times like to go and say, okay, I'm good. You go and what, it's almost like self-medicating. You'll go to the next relationship or whatever that may look like for somebody, instead of like, hey, I've got to evaluate what the heck's going on. Hey,
Yeah.
Veronica, right? And hi,
Hmm.
Kristen, by the way. And that takes a lot of work and a lot of courage. And that's tough. But I've always been fine with being alone. So,
That's what I have too. Like, I've been really
yeah,
surprised. Like, this last 3 years, well, no, hold on. I have no alone time whatsoever. Like, literally, my
yeah,
son has never been away from me ever, and he's almost 6 years old. So I have never had a break. I've never, like, oh my God, people's gonna think I'm such a weirdo now when they hear this. Like, honestly, like, I don't go out to, like, dinner with friends and stuff like that, because, I've got my son
yeah,
here and it's just not that easy. But I kind of like my me time, like once he does go to bed, is so important to me. Like, and I lose a lot of sleep, and I need sleep. But you know what? You just need that me time even more sometimes.
mm-hmm,
Does that make sense? Like, it's like, okay, do I need some me time? Or do I need some sleep? Well, I need both, but I need some me time right now. So, like, I've been perfectly fine with being alone because, like I said, I was always one of those women or girls that was always in a serious relationship. Like, I'm talking like every relationship I have been in mostly has been like years long.
yeah,
So,
totally. I get
and
it.
I enjoy it. I actually enjoy being alone. Like, maybe a little too much. I don't know.
I get that too. Like
Yeah.
I went kind of from like long relationship to long like relationship, and I don't have any kids personally, but I got involved with somebody in my young 20s, and she had 3 kids, and
Hmm.
I was like, "Whoa." So I get it with like needing the time. I think she had like
Had
a
Have you ever
15-year
dated
old.
somebody with kids before?
Yeah, she was the one. Like she had a 8-year old, a 13-year old, and a 16-year old, and I was like 23 years old, and had this instant family, and was
Hmm.
like, "Holy smokes, what
This
just
is
happened?
different. Yeah,
This
right.
is different." And it wasn't. And you're talking about a teenager, and I have like no business like trying to be like a, I mean, that was, and she was kind of a crazy teenager, and then she got pregnant at 16, and that was a lot. So it was just
Oh,
like this, holy smokes, I'm kind of a baby too. Anyway, it
yeah.
was a lot, and but I was just like exhausted at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Um and so I can't imagine, like, you have a 6-year-old like you said, and yeah, it was a
Yeah.
lot.
I have it.
Yeah.
He'll be 6 in May, the 1st of May, and my daughter will be 14 in the 1st of April. So there's actually 8 years between them. So And I
Right.
kind of pretty much thought I was done. She was going to be my only one. And then, oh, well, okay, here I am pregnant, again. And so I got my little boy, which I always wanted a little boy so bad. I just never thought it was going to happen. And I'm so
That's sweet.
glad because, my life wouldn't be nothing, without having him and especially her, she's me and her, have it's just been me and her, for a long time.
Right.
So, and now she's like, like I said, almost 14. So she's like always going out and like spending time with her friends and hang out with her friends. So she's not around like half as much as she used to be. So now it's just like me and him. So, and I do worry. I start thinking, okay, it's not going to be always you and him. Like he's going to do this too here in several years. Like, you're going to be a lot lonelier, in several
Yeah.
years. So, but I guess I will handle that and figure it out when I get there.
Yeah, it's a lot. I applaud, single moms and all of that. It was, uh, yeah, I mean, but I loved like having like kids around. That was
Hmm.
fun for me.
Did
Cause
it was it hard on you when the relationship ended and you didn't have them around?
no,
That
no, and I'm still
was
like,
great.
yeah, and I
That
was
was great.
yeah. So I mean, because it was a lot of work. Like the woman I was
Yeah.
with, she was 7 years older than I was,
Hmm.
and I was still like kind of a kid myself, not mentally,
Yeah.
but in general, and I'm still close to those kids. But like the daughter, yeah, she got pregnant and then she got
Yeah,
arrested. Then
that's
she was
tough.
on
Oh yeah.
house arrest, and then I had to like pull her mattress up by our room to make sure she wouldn't
Holy
sneak out.
moly.
It
Yeah,
was a
that's not
lot.
even just like a regular like
No, it was
step
just like
parent kid thing,
Jesus.
You had it
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, but they're all like good kids now, and I have a
Hmm.
relationship with them, but not their mom really.
Yeah.
She's not someone I'm still friends with, but
Well, that, tells you right there that you was good to them,
yeah,
and
totally.
because if not, they wouldn't, have a relationship with you now. So that shows you the kind of person you are right there.
Yeah, we go snowboarding and skiing together, like with the kids, like, they're fun. Um,
That's
and it was a
awesome.
great experience for me, and I learned a ton. But yeah, that was good for me because I thought afterwards, my next relationship, the lady really wanted to have kids, and I did at first, but then I just didn't. And
Yeah.
I think that was part of it. I was like, I just, but I worked so much and I traveled so much for work. I was just like, not probably good for
Yeah.
me. That was my,
Did you
personal.
did you know like before you got into like any relationship with kids that did you know you never really wanted kids or did you wonder if you wanted kids and didn't know if you did or not?
Well,
Like,
when I was younger, up until I always wanted kids because I was adopted and I wanted like a kid
yeah.
of my own. I wanted to like start my family,
Hmm.
and I felt like that was super important to me. But then having that relationship, yeah, that I saw like probably like varying different degrees, and then it was just like I was more interested in my career, quite frankly, and being selfish with that. I didn't want to come home after like traveling and wake up at 6 or 8 a.m. Well,
Yeah.
8 a.m. I wake up anyway, but you know what I mean. I didn't want that for
Yeah.
myself, and I wanted freedom. So yes
Yeah,
and no is the
when I
answer.
got pregnant, I did not want, I mean, I knew that I was probably going to be a mom one day, but I
Yeah,
had already went to school and got 2 degrees, and I was working on my third degree at the time, which was like the one that I really, really wanted.
yeah.
And when I got pregnant, I mean, I'm just going to be honest, I was devastated. Like, I
Mm,
literally laid in my bed for like the first month or two and just like cried like a big old baby because I just was like, no, it's not the time. Like, you know, and oh my God, this is so funny, but it's just, I mean, it's just my truth. I woke up one morning in bed, like always, because I didn't get out of bed for a while. And Montel Williams was on. Do y'all remember Montel Williams?
yeah, for sure.
And he was on and he was like telling stories about women that like could not get pregnant. And like there was a story about a pair of sisters, and the one sister couldn't get pregnant. And so one sister gave her other sister like her ovary or something, And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
oh my, yeah. And I was like, you know what? There is people all over the world that wants nothing but a child. And I'm laying here and I'm pregnant and I'm feeling so sorry for myself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what in the world? And then I was like, you know what? Stop. So like, I did want to be a mom, just not right then. So I just kind of like, after watching that show, I was just like, okay. And then I was happy, and I cannot imagine. My daughter is just the most amazing thing, and she changed my life. She saved my life. Um, you know, I've talked on this app about addiction. I didn't get addicted until after I had my daughter and she was young. I got put on prescription pain pill and I got addicted. But, it was because of her that I did get off. And, I've not touched a drug of any kind, pills or anything otherwise besides over the counter stuff, in almost 11 years. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have done that. And then, like, when I got even pregnant with my son, with me and his, and then I married, my daughter's dad was my best friend for 15 years. And
Mm.
he was in love with me like all this time. I just didn't feel like that way about him. And then, like certain things changed and we got married, but then the relationship we had, being best friends and he was just amazing and funny and having this fun, he just completely changed. Like, I don't know if he felt like he had to be different now because he was my husband. I don't know. And he was just a completely different person. And we got divorced. And when I started going through that divorce, I just kind of, went through this depression. At the same time, I was going through a bad pain situation because of the car wreck I was in. And it just kind of happened. But if it wasn't for my daughter, it's hard telling, where I would have ended up, you know?
Are you still close to him?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say we're close because he's remarried now and has three other children.
Yeah.
Um, Before he got remarried, we used to like constantly do things together with my daughter. But of course, he met someone and, when they started talking, when they got married, that had to end. And of course I understand, but yet we co-parent, well, we've never had any issues, anything like that. He's a good guy, you know, um, he's a good guy. He is very financially, um, you know, set. So I'm glad for my daughter because, I don't have to really worry about things maybe that a lot of single moms do when it comes to her because I know she's always going to be okay.
Totally. And
And you know what?
at least
Because
you
of my
can.
son, it's different.
Sorry.
But no, I just when it comes to my son, it's complete 100% different. But that's how it is. So.
Well, and that's great that you can say something positive about, your ex and the
Oh
father
yeah.
of your. That's important. So that's
Well, I mean,
awesome.
it was my fault. I mean, even though he changed and he wasn't like the guy that was my best friend all those years, at the same time, and I'm just going to be completely honest, and I'm sure people is going to have a lot of bad things to say about me. The day that I married him, I was not in love with him, but
Yeah.
he was my best friend. We had just had a baby, and I knew that I thought I could fall in love with him. I really
Right.
did. Like I was like, I can do. Of course I can fall in love with him. He's amazing. And then like I didn't, which was my fault probably too, and his. Because he did change a little bit. He got like really serious. It just I don't know. It's a long story. It's just I don't know what it was, but we just didn't. I just we just didn't. It didn't work. So we got divorced, and that's how it worked out. And but yes, I mean I'm very lucky, to have a ex husband that you know is in her life, and they're very close now. They wasn't for a while. I mean they was, but they wasn't. He lived out of town for a long time because of his job. But now he's back here and he has his own business, and so they're a lot closer now. And that's what I always wanted. Really, to be completely honest, the money didn't matter to me. It was, I wanted that relationship for her.
So good to see you, Cleo and Shar and Lisa. Did you end up falling in love with him?
No, I mean, I didn't really have any time. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. We was married less than a year.
That's
So
not embarrassing. That's your story, by the
yeah,
way.
that's my story. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I yeah, we were married less than a year. So I mean, I honestly think that it was completely possible. I think after we got married, maybe he felt like he needed to be my husband and not my best friend. And it
Yeah.
was kind of weird because, like, and this has nothing to do with it, so don't think I'm bragging. I swear to God, but him and his family come from a lot of money. So it was like if I went to like the grocery store or if I went to like get an oil change or anything like that, like I had to bring receipts home. Like, yeah.
Mm.
hmm
No.
He didn't want me to work. He wanted me to stay home, which I was okay with that for a while, but I'd worked like my whole life. So I was used to
Right.
working and having my own career. So it was just different, And he
Yeah.
just became like really hateful and just like really stressed out. And he had started a new job literally the day that I was induced with our daughter. So I don't know if that job maybe changed him. I don't know what it was at the time, but it just it just changed. Things changed and it just didn't work out.
That was just like your period of growth, like another,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm. Yep.
just catapulting to the next thing.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah, no grocery
Crazy.
store receipt. Listen, I had a
Right.
relation I had a relationship where I had to like hide my shopping when it was my own money, so I get it.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Oh well, that's
Just so stupid.
when I told him I wanted to go back to work, he like legit like freaked out. He wasn't happy about it.
Yeah,
And I
it's
just wanted to go back part time. I didn't even want to go back full time. I wanted to go back part time.
yeah, it's
I
just
just
control.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. And I even see now after all these years, it's kind of still like that.
No, not into it. I mean,
Yeah.
not into it.
Like listen, I work from home now, but I chose to do that, and I
Right.
don't care to work from home, you know. I'm one of those women, and Lord knows that there'll be a lot of women rolling their eyes. But if I was like married and if I'm working from home, like I'm one of those women that, yeah, like I'll cook, well, one, I love to cook. It's like my hobby. Like I'll cook dinner. Like if you're out working and I'm working from home and I'm lucky enough to be here like with the kids and like raising them and stuff like and not having to like pay for daycare or babysitters or anything, I will make sure like or not make sure, but I want dinner cooked and I'll have it cooked for you when you get home, but like don't demand it of me, like don't demand that I do that or don't demand that I don't work because that's when it kind of makes me mad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I can't even
Does that
imagine
make
that.
does that make sense at all?
It does make sense. Like I had one really controlling relationship where like I put my career aside for a second and let them flourish, but it was wild. And I was like expected to like, have dinner and all this and then like things arranged in a certain fashion inside of the refrigerator. It was just fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's just not me. I'm
Uh-huh.
just not that. I'll
Yeah.
never be that person. But I mean, so yeah, that's really weird to me. But I think some people thrive on wanting to have dinner on the table for someone. I do if it's not expected of me,
Exactly. That's exactly how
right?
I
That
felt.
makes you want to. If
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, if it's not, yeah, expected of you or like
hmm
whatever, and you
Like
trade off. Like
demanded
everybody
of
has their
you.
strengths.
Well, I've
Yeah, I'm
always
not
said
into
like
that.
I'm like one of those like just let's say if I would ever get married again, which I'm pretty sure I will never get married again, but if I would, like I'm one of those wives that would love to cook dinner just because I enjoy it, but I would even love to do that for my kids and the person I was with or whatever. But hey, I'll cook. Or you know what, if you like to cook, we can cook together because that would be amazing. I've never had anybody that wanted to cook with me. And I think that would be
Yeah,
probably the best and sexiest thing that I would ever see if someone would love to cook with me. But
so fun,
like,
sweet.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, I think that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but even, past that, like, listen, what about me cooking dinner and then you cleaning up the dishes?
Totally.
You know? Sounds
Totally.
awesome to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not been there. I've not found that yet. So
Well, I echo Lisa's sentiment. Like, never say never. Like, don't rule out the possibility. You don't even have to get married. You can do the Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell always.
right,
They're
yeah,
they're a great
yeah.
example
Because I don't
of.
think y'all ever get married. Yeah, I don't think that's. I'm
Yeah,
scared of it now. Just to be
I
completely
get that
honest.
too. I get it too. I've never been married, engaged twice, but never married. So I get it.
Yeah,
It gets freaky. So,
yeah.
but
It's
you
just
can't
that I
give up
mean,
on it. Hmm?
you know, I had this big like that's what I wanted like all my life. Like a lot of women like grow up want to do this. Like my whole big thing is I want like literally my dream was to be a lawyer or an attorney. I didn't do anything along those sorts. Now, like honest to God, I'd give my like right leg to go back to school and be like an attorney or something. But that's really not in the cards at this point.
It
But
can be. You're only 40,
yeah.
friend.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. That's kind of
That's a
it's been a long
baby.
time. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to school. But like, you know, I, I wanted to be a wife and I wanted to be a mom. And so I had like this, I guess this mind or this like idea in my mind, and that's just not what it was at all. So it kind of compares to like how people talk about like you like love a celebrity and you have like them in your mind they're this amazing person and then you meet them and they're just like assholes and it's a
Yeah.
letdown. That's how I kind of feel about marriage at this point. And I know there's great marriages out there. I have aunts that's been married like 60 some years, and I have uncles that are amazing, amazing men, and but I think there's a generation gap, and I'm not saying there's no good men out there at my age, or whatever women, whatever it is, but around here, it's hard to, find them around here.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I think, like, maybe don't get caught up in the institution of marriage, but
Yeah.
feel like optimistic that one day your person will probably arrive. And when you're ready, you're ready. That's
Yep.
all.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. Because
That's
I don't
amazing
want
for
to
you.
be. I don't want to be like that lonely. I won't be like that lonely cat woman. I'll be like a lonely dog mom that has like 10 dogs like around the house.
Yeah. No.
But no, I mean, I'm sure maybe one day. But that's the thing. It don't make me sad right now. I'm perfectly fine with
No, I
the
get you.
thought.
I
You
understand
know.
it completely.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand it
All
completely.
right.
I also like I know that I don't want to be like alone forever and I know that I won't be. And when it comes it comes. Life has a funny way of working itself up. Hi,
Yep.
sweet
It
pea.
does. It definitely
Yeah.
does. And I've always
So,
heard, you find somebody when you're not looking, which I'm definitely, let's be honest, that you can't find somebody when you're pretty much in your house 95% of the time.
well, yeah, and we're
So,
in a whole other like
oh
world
yeah,
right
things
now.
are,
Like it's
yeah,
just, yeah. So it just, I don't know. I mean, that's a that's a beauty of just like being comfortable with yourself, and you've got your little kiddo and your daughter. Um,
yeah,
you know,
making me busy enough, and I'm good.
totally, totally.
And I'm one of these weird people that, I hear people talking about Periscope. Like, you know what? Let me tell you something. When I first got, and then I'll hang up and I'll stop talking, I swear.
You're
But
fine.
like, when I came on Periscope, oh God.
Are you okay?
Yeah. But when I came on Periscope was like in the midst of the worst part of my relationship. You know, I would get, like I would get, you know, hit or something, and I would come on here. It was my escape. So I am going to miss this place. And yes, there has been horrible people on here. There's been horrible things happened on here. But you know what? This place has really been amazing. And it was my escape for years. And it really is still because it's still like my me time,
Yeah.
and there is a lot of people, which I do have some amazing, amazing people on here that I just love. more than, anything in the world. And, this place has actually been a really good place for a bunch of us. And I am
Yeah.
going to miss it. And when I heard that it was closing, it made me sad. And I still am sad. And I wish it wasn't going away. I really honestly do. Because it really was a place for me for a good 2.5, 3 years to keep me from having to go to bed at nighttime and not have to lay down beside of him because I hated him.
Yeah.
And, it caused a lot of arguments. I will say that. He didn't like me being on it because, but it was my escape. And I met some amazing, amazing people on here. And I know we gripe about it a lot, and there's been a lot of bad things done. But you know what? There's been a lot of amazing people, and there's a lot of people that I care about. And, you know, I'll miss everybody, for the most part.
I
And
feel
hopefully we
you.
can all kind of keep in touch. I lost my Twitter like 10 months ago, and I was just like devastated. I didn't think I was going to be able to keep in touch with anybody, and finally my best friend like got it back, for me like last week or something. And it was just like the greatest because I want to keep in contact with people.
Totally.
So I'm not embarrassed to say I really do care about this place. I care about all the people that I've met on here. Do I have real friends in real life? Yes. But you know what? There's just something about being able to come here, be yourself, kind of tell your story, and just, I don't know, just kind of escape the real world. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it or what the right word to say is. But it
I think
sucks
you're
that
doing
it's
a good
ending.
job with it. Yeah. I wait, because often, a lot of times we're saying, like, I can't wait for this app to end. And listen, there's a good 75% of me that feels that way. And then
Hmm.
it's also like, like you're saying, like, I'm not embarrassed to say, like, I'm going to miss a lot of folks. Like, there's something really consistent, even if it's consistent drama, or like, even if it's like see the same folks, every other day or sometimes every day.
Yeah.
And like, you can
Yeah.
say hello or check in and see how they're doing. It's a community regardless. And I
You know that
think
you can always go there and somebody's going to be there.
totally you can hit the live or you can go into somebody's room and well, sorry. And that's a really good feeling to have. It so yeah, I mean that, but I think it's just a different chapter now. Like, hopefully, like, some of the toxic pieces of it you can
Hmm.
filter out and then go into another chapter that has different things, which is awesome. Yeah, totally, Lisa. That's a good
Right,
analogy.
Lisa? Right?
Even if she's me, even if she's throwing that Starbucks at you, like, here you go. Yeah,
It's like even those assholes, like, but they're still here and they're part of it's like, or the family member that is like a bitch, but she's still your family, so you need to know how she's doing. Is everything okay? You know?
yeah, totally. And I think, like, we all came on here either like not feeling so hot or not in a hot relationship, or
Hmm.
like sometimes tuning in when things weren't so great, or then tuning in when things are awesome. So just going through different varying stages that we can all attest to and relate to. So
Yeah. Like
yeah,
I said, there's
it's
like
tough.
there's I've got, a lot of people that I don't really talk to, off the app that I really do like on this app that I don't
Yeah,
want to lose contact with. Like you, I told you the other day, I definitely need to make sure that I'm following you or something on Twitter or whatever because I don't want to lose contact with you. I want to know like how, and then, there's several people, and then but I've got a group of girls on here that literally like I don't know what I would have done without them the last few years. Like, and that's
yeah,
the truth. That is honest to
yeah.
God's truth. I found myself turning to them more than I would turn to friends that I've been
Nice
friends
stuff.
with for 25 years. For
Yeah,
some reason, it was just kind of easier. Even though those my friends knew I was going through, I just kind of found myself turning to them. And you know what? Like that, at the end of the day, like That's amazing, and I'll never regret joining this app because it's been a lifesaver for me.
No, I totally get it.
So,
Well, I
okay,
mean,
well I'll stop, crying
no, I
and
think you're great.
you know.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's a good
gosh,
thing to
Brian, this is
say
the
for
first
you.
time you've heard my voice. Where have you been? I'm always up in the beam. I've been like a beam whore the last like 2 months.
It is amazing what strangers will tell strangers. It's like telling your hairdresser like all your stuff, right?
Exactly.
It's the same type of thing.
Exactly. My
Yeah,
best friend, the one that got me back into Twitter last week, she's a therapist,
yeah,
and she, has even told me like it's just an
great.
easier thing. She's a therapist, but she goes to a therapist. It's just an easier thing, and it really does make sense. So it does make sense because even though the friends and I have a very small circle, I used to be like the biggest social butterfly, like where I live and stuff, and now I haven't for like 6 years. I have a very, very, very small circle in real life. I put the quotation marks up when I say that. But but it's just I don't know, it's just something about coming and talking to people on here that is just kind of I don't know, it's been easier for me. Not saying it's like that for everybody else. It's definitely been like that for me. So
Well, and that's a good, that's good. That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, she lives in West
Yes,
Virginia.
Lisa. I live in West Virginia. Mountain Mama.
I'll have to always say that just from watching college football and playing West Virginia.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you before I get off here, you have to. Have you ever heard? And I will, and I've wore people out about this on this app, and I'll continue to say it till it's off. Everybody always wants to talk to me about West Virginia University, but have you ever heard of Marshall University, Charlie? Or anybody
No.
else in here that I've not told? Okay, Marshall University is, and back in the 70s, uh, there we was on our way flying home on a plane. On a plane. I wasn't born yet, but they were flying home on a plane, and the plane crashed less than a
Oh,
mile away from our airport, and everybody died. We are
jeez.
Marshall. Yes, Jody. We are Marshall. There is a movie, Charlie, and anybody else that's listening. I'm actually an extra in the movie. You won't see me. Trust me, it wasn't that important. I went to Marshall. I cheered for Marshall. I graduated from Marshall 3 times. But there is a movie called We Are Marshall, and
I
it
know
has
that
Matthew
movie. Yeah.
McConaughey in it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, that's about the college that the town that I live in.
Okay.
That's where I went to school. And have you ever seen it, Charlie?
No, I need to, but I'm
Oh
very
my
familiar. I've
God,
heard of it for
yes.
sure.
Okay,
Okay.
just
I'll
if
get on
you
that this
just
week,
if
actually.
anything I ever say, yes, watch the movie. It's great. It's a true story. It's amazing. Where I live, we're a big football town. I love football. Anybody that knows me knows that
Yeah.
football is like my life. My son can finally start playing this year when he turns 6. So I'm excited. I'm actually going to be a football mom.
That's
So that will
exciting.
keep that'll keep my you know like happiness up. But yeah, definitely. If anybody's not seen the movie, watch it. It's really, really good.
For sure.
And
I'll
Charlie,
do it.
thank you for letting me talk. I really did just come up here to talk about astrology, but now I've been up here
Oh,
like being a
oh,
Debbie Downer for 45 minutes probably.
not in the least. Thank you. It was good to get to know you better. So thank you.
It was good. Well, thank you
Yeah,
so
it was
much,
awesome to
and
talk to you.
thank you guys for listening. And if I said anything that you know made anybody upset or mad or triggered or whatever, I'm sorry. And I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the Perry Streets
No, you
for at
say
least another
fuck you
30
if I
days.
made you mad or triggered, because that's how I feel. Yeah.
Right? I'm actually at that
All
point at
right.
this point.
Are you
All
sure?
right, honey. Thank you, Charlie, for
All
letting
right,
me
Janelle.
call up, honey.
Of course. Have sweet
Bye,
dreams.
wifey. Love you. Thank you, Theo. Bye, guys.
Feels triggered, Mountain Mama. Well, she couldn't be any sweeter. Sweet as honey. Well, guess what? She's super sweet. Like, tell you what, little doll baby. That's absolutely right. I'm going to go to bed because I'm super sleepy. These allergies are just kicking it for me. So, Serenity. Well, then you need to rewatch because she's super sweet, super kind. I know. Shar needs to take notes. I know Shar's super. Yeah, my allergies are rocking today, Lisa. Like, my eyes are like swollen shut. Yeah, she's super sweet. I know I can't hang like, but man, today with these allergies, it's been something. So, here we are. What a beautiful mess. It's good seeing you guys. Miss talking to you. All that good stuff. Thanks, Flea. I feel great in the morning. I'm sure it is what it is. Muted by Charlotte. Thanks, Leslie. That's nice. Yeah, you guys have a good night. Sweet dreams. Don't be sorry. You didn't keep me up at all. At all. Thanks, Serenity. Good to see everybody. You do have power. And don't abuse it, Charlotte. Happy Tuesday tomorrow. It's March, so kick ass. All that good stuff. See you alligators later. Sooner rather than later, I hope. All the love, hugs and kisses, all that good stuff. Thanks, Daisy. Oodly doodly doo. I will for sure, Harley. Sweet dreams, Veronica. We're going to do Taco Tuesday tomorrow. Okay? I'm going to cook for you. All right, guys.